Okay.
All right, but anyway, it is the Odd Couple, and it is a Trash Talking Tuesday. Who you trashing, Rob?
The Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, wow. For Sam Darnold?
Yes, enough with the Sam Darnold. I mean, I just
You
don't
used to be
get
a
it.
Sam Darnold guy.
Yeah, but he's been around for 5 years. Chris, how many years you going to keep doing it? I mean, like 5 years. I watched him.
They should bring in Justin Fields at least to battle for the starting position.
No,
and maybe they will.
Just go get the guy and give him a chance. You
Right.
know what Sam Darnold is. We talked about it yesterday. What we don't know fully is what Justin Fields is. But we know what Sam Darnold is. This is where I keep talking about it, Chris. Enough with the known. I'd rather try the unknown when we know what the known is. The known is Sam Darnold's not going to get you anywhere. Sam Darnold and 290 will get you on the subway in New York, Chris. That's what Sam Darnold is.
Well, I wonder if people think, Rob,
minus the rats.
If people think a year with Kyle Shanahan, even though he didn't play, but a year sitting there learning, maybe people think that will help him. I don't doubt that possibly could be playing a role in this, but I'd be surprised if Sam Darnold really plays well. And I agree with you. Just bring in Justin Fields and let him go at it. And if Darnold beats him out, fine. But at least bring him in. And they still may. They still may. We'll see. But there's so much to get into. All right, Rob, the big news of the day, Derrick Henry signs 2 years, $16 million, $9 million guaranteed, really a 1 year,
$9 million. Thank
deal,
you, Chris. Let's
great.
Let's start doing that, okay? Like the deal is 1 year,
what it really
$9
is,
million.
Right.
That's
great for them that because I was thinking if you could get him for 1 year, that would be ideal. And if you play great, you get another year. But what are your thoughts? I mean, you and I both picked the Ravens to get to the Super Bowl. They obviously fell flat on their face against Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, in large part because not that they couldn't run the ball, but that for some reason they didn't run the ball. But what are your thoughts on this? How do you like this move for them?
If you're a Ravens fan, you got to be thrilled to death because they acknowledge and they realize it's about running the football. They didn't go get any other. They need to run the football. They win way more. They're a harder team to beat. That game plan was so bad, it looked like they threw the game. It didn't even look like. That's how bad the game plan was. If you were a gambler, you would be like, the offensive coordinator and the coach were on the take. Because it did. They had 6 carries between their running backs in the AFC Championship. 6. I mean, Chris, 6 carries.
And they were the leading running team in the league.
When they rushed the ball, I think I'm going to forget the number. It was either like 15 or 18 times a game, Chris. They had only lost like one game. Like that when they rushed the football. They didn't do it. Lamar, they had him in the pocket, throwing the ball down after down after down. Made no sense. And they wasn't like they got blown out by Kansas City. Had a fumble at the goal line. That game was there for the winning. And they didn't do the right thing. So if you're a Ravens fan, maybe they got it right. And you go get a name running back. This guy was the second leading rusher in the NFL last year. He's not 10th leading, Chris, and on his way down, and he can't contribute. How are they not the favorites in the AFC again? They should be if they can keep it together.
Yeah, I mean, that they lost Patrick Queen today. Their Pro Bowl linebacker. He's going to Pittsburgh. So, but I think they can recover from that because last year their defense, nobody expected it to be that great going into last season because it was a lot of new faces.
And it was great.
Obviously, they were historically great. So I do think they'll be very good. I mean, I certainly understand. I think Kansas City should probably be the favorite. I guess the only reason not to favor Kansas City would be, if you feel like they're not going to three-peat because it's never been done. But Baltimore got better. I think they got closer to Kansas City. And obviously, if they should meet them again, they're going to learn from what happened last year. But, Rob, this is great. Derrick Henry's 30 years old. But while most running backs are well past their prime at 30, There are those that have been great at 30. Frank Gore was still productive at 30. Adrian Peterson, if you go back, Walter Payton, guys that were productive at 30 years old, and there are a few more you could name as well. So if you look at him last year, as you said it, Rob, he was second in the league in rushing. And guess what? He had the worst offensive line in the league. The worst, according to Pro Football Focus at least, it was the worst offensive line in the league. And anybody else's metrics that might not say it's the worst, they're going to say it's down there. It's close to the worst. So a horrible offensive line. And Rob, not only that, but you were on a team where the defense knew Derrick Henry's getting the ball. We're not worried about anything else but Derrick Henry. And now you go to a situation where you've got a top 5 offensive line. You've got a running back that everybody's got to worry about him throwing or running. And so you're not going to be able to focus him as much defensively on Derrick Henry, Rob. So I agree it's a great signing. I think he'll, be productive. If Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, God bless them, they've been productive for Baltimore. But nobody's going to mistake them for Derrick Henry. And if they had great success running behind this offensive line and in this system, what do you think he's going to do? So I love it, Rob. I think it's a great signing for them. And it's great for him. Look, I'm sure he would have wanted more money, more guaranteed money, but he got his nice contract last time. And if he's great, he'll get another, payday after this season.
Yeah, it just all makes sense, and it tells you that the front office understands who they are, what is going to work for them, and Derrick Henry's a great addition. It just made sense, and a lot of teams could use a guy like that. I just can't get over like how they devalued the running back. Not to think that a guy like that, and you're right. Who are you keying on? You gonna key in on Derrick Henry? Okay. Right. Lamar's got wheels as well, and Lamar can
and it opens up the passing game.
And the passing game. You're gonna have to do two running. Now they got 2 running backs in the backfield who are dynamic, and some wide receivers. So which one are you gonna do? You gonna put 9 guys in the box?
To draft. I guess they'll draft a receiver. I'd love to see him get T. Higgins, but obviously I don't see Cincinnati trading him to Baltimore.
Traded Joe Mixon today too. You see that?
Yeah, but trading T in the division.
No. I'm just saying, yeah. But I'm just saying that Joe Mixon. Remember, Joe Mixon came back last year for less money.
Yep.
Guess what?
Yep.
They still got rid of you. I mean, it's the nature of the business, Chris, and this is the reason why I can't, like, no matter what you do to help out the Bengals last year, right? And guess what? They helped you out the door.
Yeah, there's no. And they signed Zach Moss.
Gave him the money.
Who is a good running back.
But Mixon has been good for them for the last few years.
Yeah, but that's how, they probably think he's not going to be as good this year. But Houston, I think he'll be good. He's in Houston, if I'm not.
He went to the Texans.
Yeah, I think he'll be good for them. It's a good situation for him, but obviously he didn't get the money.